We're going to do the carousel card now, and this is quite cute. You've got to think about how you put it together, hence the video. And it makes a card that all folds out like that. So you then end up with this almost like a carousel. Turns round. I've done my own sentiment, have a Rawson birthday out of the font on the scan and cut. And the number 4 is also out of the scan and cut, and the word today. So you can add your own sentiments in, but then it all folds back into almost like a book. And I've just used some of the mats to create these little pockets so you can put extra pieces in for the children to colour in themselves. I thought that was quite a nice addition. So I'm going to take this nice and slowly, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to cut. So you want 4 of these. All right, so it looks like a bit of a strange shape. It has a vertical perforation line down here and down the tab, and then a horizontal one along there and a diagonal one here. So you're going to fold your top perforation line as a valley fold, so it's creating that V in there. You're going to do the same with the tab, so that's going to fold as a valley fold, and then you're going to do your horizontal one also as a valley fold, and then your diagonal one, if you turn this over and fold it back on itself, that then gives you the mountain fold when you turn it back round. Okay, so you've got valley, 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 and then the diagonal one is your mountain fold. So you want 4 of those, and that folds in there, and then your tab stays outside to connect to the next piece. Now there are also, so I've done 2 in black and 2 in white just so that you can see it a little bit clearer on camera. There are also mats and layers, so it says a square mat, so you want 2 of those for each section. So you want 1 there and 1 there, and then you've got your triangle mats. So you want 1 that goes there on one side of the perforation and 1 that goes on the other. Okay, and you need to make sure that you don't go over the perforation line because otherwise it won't fold in. So I'm not going to bother with the mats because that's just more things to confuse the situation. And I want to keep it as clean and as simple as possible. So let's start with this black one. So you're going to fold this up to make the shape that you've got, that you're having for your carousel. And then you're going to fold another one, so you've got 2 next to it, and both of the tabs are coming out from underneath, they're coming out towards the right. So the first thing that we're going to do is take this square, so the square on the left of the white one and the square on the right of the black one. We're going to glue those 2 together. Okay, we're not going to worry about these tab bits at the moment, we're just going to make sure it's this black one is underneath. Okay, so we're going to put glue onto here. Sometimes it's quite hard to work out how to show you these. It takes a bit of a thought process. Right, so that, I'm just going to fold this under like that. That piece there is going to stick onto this piece here. Okay, so we're going to glue those 2 together, making sure that they're lining up straight here and straight at the top here. Okay, so you might find it easier to put them flat or however you want to put them to make sure that you line it up. I'm trying to do this for camera angles, so it'll look more awkward than it actually is. And I haven't got enough glue on there either, so I'm going to put more glue. This black card is quite porous and it sucks in the glue. I would absolutely advise using a wet glue for this, just because tape, you've got to get it right first time. So I'm going to line that up there like so, and then stand it up and make sure that it's level there, and then right the way across there and down. Okay, so I've got my 2 squares now glued together. Now please make sure that you let these dry in between. Don't do what I'm doing and rush it. Just take your time, make sure that it's completely dry, because you don't want bits falling apart as you're trying to build a card shape. There's nothing more frustrating. So just take your time. You can still open it up, look, and you can still burnish down. Okay, so give it a really good press down, and then we'll go back to where we were originally, like that. Get that bit up there. Okay, so I've got my black on this side, white on this side, or whichever way around you want it. So I've got my folded bit here, and the tab is here. So I'm going to glue that tab now to the underside of that triangle. So it's joining that piece together. Okay, so I'm going to take my black tab, I'm going to put glue on top of it, like that, and then I'm going to fold the glued squares over, and that tab is going to go behind there, and then just fold it down. And I like to use my scraper here just to burnish that glue down. I find it's easier for putting some pressure on, just to fold that down, and then we're going to go back to where we were with our black on one side and our white on the other. Okay, so that tab has now attached those two pieces together. Okay, so we've got this piece sorted. So now I'm going to turn it round, and I'm going to bring in my next black piece, and like I say, you'll let that dry completely. So we're now going to have our other piece here. So it'll fold in like that, and the diagonal on the white one comes out to the left, and on the black one comes out to the right. We're going to stick these two squares together this time. So the easiest way now is to put the glue on this black card, like that. So I'm going to get plenty on, lesson learnt from last time. And again, you know, with these, you might just want to make like a template, a mock-up, so that you can see what it looks like before you start cutting into your best card. So this is going to go on here now and line up with this square. Okay, making sure that they meet in the middle, like so. And then I can fold it all flat, and I can line this up here like this. Okay, and give that a really good burnish down, like that. And then the tab on the white one here is going to stick onto the black one underneath this black one here. Okay, so we're going to put glue on here, like so. And you'll take much more time than I am. Make sure that your glue's all nicely covered, and then that's going to glue onto there like that. Okay, and then again I can take my scraper and just press down, and then that folds over there. Okay, so underneath all your tabs will go underneath. So now I'll turn this round again. I've got a black tab here now. I'm going to bring in my white one, and I'm going to glue these two squares together first of all. So glue onto the white square, like that. So those two squares are going to glue together like so. And then you've got to work out how you can get it flat just to burnish it down, because you've got lots of pieces attached to themselves now. So again, just going to press that down, and then this black tab here is going to stick underneath this last white panel here. Okay, so we put glue on here, like that, and we lift that up and we sit that white one on top of that tab like so. Okay, burnish that down like that. So we've then got our pieces that are pulling round. Now this last tab here just sticks to the outside of the white. So this tab that's here just pulls up and sticks to the outside of this piece, because if you glue those two together you're not going to be able to close your book. So we're just going to put, how do I know that? Because I've done it. Done it, not once, but twice. I know. No excuses either. It was just me being a bit not concentrating, I think, is the reasoning behind it. So I'm just going to push. I've got my hand here. I'm going to push against that square, and with my right hand I'm going to push that tab up there like that. Okay, and then you leave it all to dry, and then when you fold this round like this, it all concertinas up and creates that. Okay, and then you decorate it accordingly like that. Okay, so then what I did was I cut all my triangles and my squares and I glued them all in place and decorated it. And then just to show you the pocket, I just took 2 of the triangular mats, and I even used my scraper for this, see? So I line it up on my glass mat so I've got a right angle. And then just, in fact there's a diagonal on here too, which is even better. So if I line that up there, just use my scraper like that and just line of glue, and from there down here like that, and take your other triangle and glue that on top. And then once that's completely dry, you're going to turn it over and you're going to put tape along these 3 sides, and then that will stick onto there like so and create your pocket for your extra little pieces to go in. So that is the easiest way, I think. Do them one at a time, glue the squares, glue the tabs, and then that will give you your carousel piece. Now you can put more in. The only problem with putting more in is that these won't then sit flat because they're square. So the more you put in, you need to be aware that they're always going to stand up like that. But if that's the look you want, brilliant. But to do it completely square so that those pieces go flat, you want 4 of those sections. Right, we'll move on to the next one.